Hey guys, before we get into this episode, I just want to talk about a few things. First of all, I apologize that this episode is coming out a little late. I did record this on May 31st, and it is now the 15th of June as of the time I'm recording this little intro, and I'm literally going to be getting this episode out to you guys, like, today. So I apologize for that. But the main reason I'm recording this intro is to first of all clarify why this episode's late. Hopefully next week I'm going to record a final thoughts review on Cinematic, so doing like a second review, but it's going to be a little bit shorter. And we're going to also be talking about the inspiration behind I guess it would be New York City next. But what I came on here to tell you is that this episode contains some spoilers. I play some of the songs from the album, but I also talk about spoilers. So if you have not heard the album and you don't really kind of want to be spoiled, I suggest coming back to this review at a later time. But it does contain some spoilers, so I just wanted to record a little disclaimer at the beginning of the episode, so you guys know. So it does contain spoilers. I'm sorry that this episode's a little late, and hopefully another new episode should be coming out next week. So thank you guys so much for listening to this little disclaimer, I guess. And let's get straight into the episode. It's Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. In this podcast, we cover some great news on Adam Young of Owl City, give you important dates to put on your calendar, review the latest from Adam Young, and much more. Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. For those of you who are new to the podcast, it's called Cinematic because right now we're in the cinematic era. Our last podcast I did, it was an online podcast. Like, it wasn't on iTunes or anything. I didn't really promote it, but it was the Mobile Orchestra and Owl City podcast, something like that. I don't know. So I decided every era I'll create a new podcast and rename it sort of to the album. So just for those of you who were wondering why it was called Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. I don't really have much to say, really, about the title. Anyways, today is the day. It is the day Cinematic is finally out. I cannot believe it, guys. Cinematic is out. Yes. Oh my god. So, as you guys know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, anyways, so Cinematic is out, and as you guys know, this is the review episode. We're going to review every track. Now, just because you're hearing this on June 1st does not mean this is recorded on June 1st. I'm actually recording this on the 31st of May, so I'm recording a day before. Some people are waiting, so the tracks are uploaded on the internet. Some people are waiting tomorrow for the official release date of the album, and that's fine. But I wanted to go ahead and record this episode, review the album, so I can get it out to you guys on the day of the album, and I don't think I'll be able to do that if I just wait until tomorrow. Now, here's the deal. this is all initial based thoughts. I did a little review, I did a little reaction video type thing that I'm only keeping to myself. When I had listened to all the songs for the first time, I listened to most of the album, a couple of times. However, there's still a few tracks that I haven't listened to a whole bunch of yet, as of right now. So, which is unfortunate because I'm still struggling on some of the lyrics and whatnot. But right now, it's just going to be initial thoughts of what I think about each track, and then maybe later down the road, if my thought process hasn't really changed, we'll do a part 2 review, kind of like a in-depth review, I guess. But right now, we're just gonna talk about each song off the album, and yeah. So before I begin with the review, I just want to say, this, for those of you who are new, I tend to make this like a radio show, so I actually play some tracks from the album and whatnot. I will say, though, we are not playing any tracks that we have not heard yet. Or, sorry, songs that we have already heard, like Fiji Water, All My Friends, everything that has been released before the cinematic album, we are not playing. We are only playing the song in the background. So that's all I want to tell you, or all I want to say. So yeah, now at the time I'm recording, Adam still hasn't updated his website to show us what each song is about from the rest of the album, which is fine because I did run into an interview. I'm hoping I can find it again. And there was a couple songs on there that Adam actually talked about what the song was about, so, which is good. But I still want the behind the songs videos, and for some reason they're not out yet. So, let's just get right into the review, shall we? So, the first track is Fiji Water. Now, of course, as you guys know, it's a song that came out before the album release. It came out on Real One. So, as you guys know, I'm basically just going to do a recap of what I thought about the song. So, the first track is called Fiji Water, and this one is about the time where Adam went to New York and he got signed to a major record label. And I think it was really cool that Adam wrote a song about that. It was kind of interesting that he wrote a song about that. So, yeah, so Fiji Water, what I thought about Fiji Water when I first heard it, I really enjoyed it. I love the synth. It reminds me of a lot of the Ocean Eyes stuff, and I really like some of the lyrics. And the chorus is amazing, and I really like the line towards the end of the chorus. Thanks for the weekend. No. I ain't a smooth talker, but thanks for the Fiji Water. I really enjoy that line. It's my favorite line. Other than that, that's pretty much all I gotta say about Fiji Water. I thought there would be more to it, but as I said, it's a great song. It just reminds me of his Ocean Eyes days and whatnot, and the synth is really good for that. So, yeah, that's Fiji Water. The second track is the 5th of July, and the 5th of July is a song about the time Adam was born. And, I've talked about this between the time where I first heard the track up until now. There's a couple things that when I had first heard it, that I didn't notice when I had first heard it until now. Now I noticed them like crazy. One of them, a couple of them are some of the voices. When I had first heard the song, I had heard a couple of the voices, and then when I kept hearing the song, I just heard more and more voices through it. I also hear a car driving by, the dog barking, a screen door shutting, the lake, the river. I heard that when I first heard it, but one of the ones that I didn't realize that was in the song was when Adam was 3, and he towards the end of the song it says "Yes, sir," and that's Adam when he was 3. I did not realize that was in the song until later on. So I mean, but I really like that Adam adds some background sounds to some of his songs, and you hear that throughout many of the songs on the album, and I just think. I hear some small da-da-das, and I really think it's cool that Adam wrote a song about the time that he was born. So, that's the 5th of July. The third track is All My Friends, which, I'm not gonna lie, it is the most hated Owl City song to date. Now here's the thing, when I had first heard the song, I will admit, I hated it. Completely hated it when I first heard it. When I heard the preview, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, and then I listened to the full version a couple of times, and I thought, I just don't know, and there was a time where I literally thought about deleting the song, which rarely happens with any... that never happens with Owl City music. So, if I want to delete a song, I know I hate it. Well, that being said, I decided to give it another chance, and I actually enjoy the song now. But I will say, I do think it's a terrible song. Lyrics, complete terrible. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. For those of you who do like the song, good. I like the song, I'm not hating it. I do love the instrumentation, the production. It's kind of like a country/campfire song, and I'm okay with that. The rapping, I have little issues with, but overall, it's... in terms of production and everything, I don't mind it. The childlike voices, the voices of, the chants and whatnot, I don't know if I can get into that, I don't know. But, it definitely grew on me, and I really enjoyed the song now, despite the fact that I think the lyrics are terrible. Now, that being said, there is an alternate version towards the end of the album that of All My Friends that I don't know if I like it better than the original, as I'm so used to the original that the alternate version, I thought I would like the alternate version based on the previews we heard months and months ago, but when I listened to the full song, I was like, it just sounds so different, and I think it just might take a while for me to get used to, but I do like the fact that Brianne is on the track, Brianne Duran, who Adam has collaborated with before on Air Traffic, Saltwater Room, Honey and the Bee, and she's also a part of the touring band. So the fact that because we haven't heard Brianne in a lot of Adam's music lately, so I'm glad that she's finally in a track. I kind of wish it was a different track than All My Friends, but I mean, I really enjoy this song, and I enjoy Brianne's vocals on that. So, speaking of which, we're going to be playing the alternate version of All My Friends now, considering we've already played the original before. We've never played the alternate version before. So let's get to the alternate version of All My Friends.
Ooh, 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 ooh. It's been this way from the start. It's like they're always trying to tear us apart, but we will stand strong, stand true. And everybody's gonna watch what we do, and they'll be awestruck saying, aw shucks, they either got real good or they got real good luck. And I'd be lying if I said that I could take any more, cause I've been on my own trying like never before. And I was lying on the couch and there's a knock on the door, and it's like, whoa, all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it, let me hear you say. All my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it, let me hear you say. Another day, another chance. We got our card and we're going to the dance. We're gonna stay strong, hold true. And everybody's gonna watch what we do, and they'll be awestruck saying, aw shucks, they either got real good or they got real good luck. And I'd be lying if I said that we could take any more, cause we're about to light a fire like never before. And if you're lying on the couch and there's a knock on the door, it's like, oh, all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it, let me hear you say. We'll always be young at heart, and nothing's ever gonna tear us apart, because we stay strong, hold true. And everybody's gonna watch what we do, and they'll be awestruck saying, aw shucks, they either got real good or
All my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it, let me hear you say.
all my friends, whoa, come right in. Whoa, all my friends, we can take it all back again. Whoa, put your hands on it, let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say. We're gonna stay strong, stand true. We're gonna stay strong, stand true.
That is the alternate version of All My Friends. Yeah, we played the original before, so I thought we'd play the alternate version in replace for the original version. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that. So let's continue with our review. We're on the fourth track now. This is called House Wren, and House Wren is, I think it's honestly using a metaphor for the bird house wren. Adam talked about in this interview that I'm reading, and I gotta go back over. He talks about what the song House Wren is actually about, and I just gotta find it here. Okay, here we go. So, in this interview, and I'll link the interview in the description, because this is all on May 31st, so I can't really... I'm sure more things will come out over time. But the interview I'm talking about is from popdust.com, and Adam says that House Wren is about him visiting his grandparents during the summers when he was a kid. So, I honestly, it doesn't really sound like that in terms of lyrics to me. I just think he's using singing. I swear he's singing about a bird the whole time, but I'm thinking. I mean, he's using a whole bunch of metaphors, and so I mean, yeah. So that's what that's about. I really enjoy the song. I wish I hadn't listened to the previews. I will admit that, because all the previews, for the most part, are all the lyrics are to the fixing my microphone here. I'm sorry. The lyrics are all the previews is like the chorus. So every time I listen to the song, it's like I'm hearing the preview like 10 times, and I don't think it would have bothered me so much if I didn't listen to the previews, but because I've been listening to the previews for like 8 months straight, it's just been very frustrating for me when I finally hear the full version of the song. But I do like these songs, and I do enjoy House Wren. I love the accordion at the end of the song. That it really added a nice touch to it. I really enjoyed the whistle parts and the bird sounds. Overall, I think it's a fantastic song. It's not my favorite song off the album, and I know a lot of people were anticipating it because it sounded great from the preview, but it doesn't do it for me as far as it being my top, like being my number one favorite. It might be in my top 10, maybe. I haven't really created a top 10 list of what songs are my favorite off the album, but this is one that I will admit I enjoy. So let's play House Wren now, because we have never played that before, so let's continue with House Wren.
I'm a house wren, hunting for a house. I haven't found one. I'm on the lookout for a home to call my own, a private residence. Through the grapevine, I heard an empty gourd is hanging up somewhere on some old lady's porch. I'll pack my bags and off I'll go to my new humble abode. I'm gonna sing at the top of my lungs, 'cause it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna spread my wings, 'cause as far as I know, I am halfway home. I'm a house wren who needs a summer home, a country farmhouse or a quiet bungalow. Not too big and not too small, first-rate real estate. I got my eyes peeled for a window box, an old tin can, a boot or a flower pot. I'll pack my bags and off I'll go to my new humble abode. I'm gonna the top of my lungs, 'cause it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna spread my wings, 'cause as far as I know, I am halfway home. I'm a house wren, still hunting for a house, but I got a song and a lot to sing about. I'll pack my bags and off I'll go, because you know I'm gonna sing at the top of my lungs, 'cause it's a beautiful day. I'm gonna spread my wings. I'm on top of the world and it's a beautiful thing. I'm gonna a beautiful day. I'm gonna spread my wings, 'cause as far as I know, I am halfway home. I am halfway home.
Owl City with House Wren. Alright, these next few songs are songs that we've already heard before, so I'm just going to give you a quick summary of what I thought about each song. So, Not All Hares Wear Capes is about Adam's dad. Adam had written a song about his dad, saying that his dad's a hero to him, and actually got released last Father's Day, so last year, before Adam had even announced the album. So we kind of already knew 2 songs already from the album before Adam announced by the time we got the pre-order for the album. So, and then of course Adam was releasing the series of EPs before the album came out. And Not All Hares Wear Capes, when I had first heard it, I enjoyed it, but it really wasn't a huge favorite of mine. I had only listened to it a few times when it had actually came out, and then that was it. But that being said, I have listened to it more lately now at the fact that now that the album's been out. But other than that, it's I don't know if it's my favorite, but it is one that I appreciate more than when I had first heard it. I did find it a sweet song when I had first heard it. It just, I don't know, there was something about it that bothered me. Now I enjoy the heck out of it, so. And there's also an acoustic version on Adam's YouTube, and you can go check that out. It was actually filmed at Adam's father's garage, and I think he's also in the video as well, so you can check that out as well. Other than that, I think that's it. I don't really have much else to say about it, really. Number 6 is Montana. And Montana is a song about an 83-year-old man in Adam's family. Adam's girlfriend's family, I should say, because Adam kept saying his family. He said the guy's name was Bill. And then in the acoustic version that Adam performs on YouTube, Adam changed some of the lyrics, and he said the guy's name was Bill Olmsted. Well, Olmsted is Adam's girlfriend Abby's last name, so it's someone in Abby's family, but I guess he can say his family, because maybe they're planning on getting married soon, or, they're dating, so I guess it could kind of work that he's in his family. But I mean, Montana, when I had first heard that song, so it's about the guy, and when he was 15, he went out and he took a train, and he wound up in this place called Montana, and he really enjoyed it. So, and every time Bill talks to Adam about Montana, he lights up and he enjoys talking about Montana. So Adam decided to write a song about it, and I gotta say, I do enjoy Montana. It's a great song. I love the lyrics, and I love the production. The production is awesome, but there's something about the song that I don't really care for, and it's a song that I found myself not really listening to a lot lately, as much as I should. I enjoy the song. It's just something about the song that just turns me away from it, and I haven't really listened to it much. Now the alternate version, from what I do remember, because I only listened to it once, it's one of the versions that I hadn't really listened to much. But the alternate version of Montana, I really enjoy. There's no lyric changes in the alternate version. It has a sky sailing sound to it, and I just think it's, I don't know, I think it sounds really interesting, but I really don't have anything else to say about the song, or about the alternate version. We've played the original before, so let's get to the alternate version. Then I realized I'm kind of missing... never mind. Anyways, sorry. Let's play the alternate version. The other thing I like about the alternate version, though, is now that I think about it, the alternate version actually has audio clips of Bill, this guy in Adam or Abby's family. There's audio clips of Bill actually talking about Montana, and I just think it adds an awesome feel to this song, and I'm glad that Adam kind of talked about decided to do an alternate version. And I'll talk about what made Adam do a couple different versions of certain songs off of this album towards the end of the review, because it's also in that Pop Dust interview as well. So let's continue with the alternate version of Montana.
A 15-year-old kid from St. Paul hopped on a train and headed west. Got a job at a St. Mary restaurant, washing dishes and making friends. The years went by like the seasons, and they brought him a lifetime of joy. He bought 10 or 12 acres of heaven and a paradise vantage point. And he built a cabin at the foot of the mountains that stole his heart when he was a boy. On North Fork Road, you're almost home. Get lost in Montana, where your heart can finally roam. Get lost in Montana, where the mountains call you home. Get lost forever. His son worked hard in West Glacier. His daughter sold souvenirs. And he always went back to Pole Bridge with his family every year. To his green tin roof in the Rockies and a sky so full of stars. His spirit lives in these mountains.
Well, I wonder what they're doing out in Woolbridge, Montana tonight.
Get lost in Montana, where your heart can finally roam. Get lost in Montana, where the mountains call you home. Get lost forever, where adventure calls your name. Every moment is worth more than diamonds when you spend time in the treasure state. So get lost in the big sky country.
Well, I like wilderness. I've always been that way.
Get lost in Montana, where your heart can finally roam. Get lost in Montana, where the mountains call you home. Get lost forever.
And that part of Montana that we're in, I love it.
Alright, that was the alternate version of Montana. It has the sky sailing sound to it, which is one of Adam's projects outside of Owl City. And it just, I really enjoy it. So that's the alternate version of Montana. I'm not sure which version I prefer more, but yeah. One thing I just gotta now that it's in my head, the alternate version of All My Friends, when we talked about it, there's actually a little synth part in there that obviously is not in the original version of the song. So I like that Adam fooled around with his original style of music and the alternate version of All My Friends as well, even though I still think it's a terrible song. So, but I do like the alternate version of All My Friends. My voice is starting to hurt. I hope I can get through this review big time. Alright, next track is called Lucid Dream, and again, this is another track we heard before the album came out. And Lucid Dream is a pretty great song. It's a trance type song, and it starts off slow, and then the trance builds up. And lyric-wise, I think this song is a little weak. I do have a lot of lyrics that I enjoy, but I find that this song is basically the same song. I feel like it's the song repeated twice. Like, I feel like the song's repeated twice. There's no really much verses to go with, but overall it's a great song, and it's one that I have really enjoyed as far as the pre-releases go. I mean, there's a few other ones that of course I've enjoyed as well, but Lucid Dream is one I did enjoy, and I also enjoyed the music video. Out of all the music videos that has been released for the cinematic album, the music video for Lucid Dream is pretty good. So yeah, Lucid Dream is awesome. So yeah, there's that. The next track, 8, is another one that we have not heard before. It is called Always. Now, I thought it was about Adam's faith, and he said it was about his faith, but it is apparently also about Adam's dad's health struggles. Now, the interviewer had said that it was a piano-based and arena rock guitars, which, you know, it's when I had first heard it, yeah, there was a lot of piano in it, and then all of a sudden it turns into a rock guitar-ish kind of thing. I don't think it's as rock as Be Brave, but it is something that I've noticed in a lot of Adam's music on this album, that when it's a ballad, it starts out as a piano-based type thing, and all of a sudden these guitars come in. So, but I don't think it's as intense as Be Brave. Now, when I first heard the track, the beginning of it literally sounded like Lonely Lullaby. It, I mean, it didn't start out like Lonely Lullaby did, but it had that same riff as Lonely Lullaby, and I thought that was really cool, because I enjoyed Lonely Lullaby. So, Adam said that this song is based on his dad's health struggles of the past couple years. He said, being raised in a family of faith, this is something he wanted to tell his dad to just hang on. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. He wanted to write a ballad that started very quiet and ballady, and then mirrored the journey his dad has been on, of this roller coaster and the doctors not knowing what's going on with him. He wanted to mirror that in dynamics of the song. And he said some days are good and some days are really bad. So he doesn't say what health problems are. And Adam's very private, so I don't think he will ever mention it. But I don't think he said anything about his health problems going away. I don't know. But, you know, hearing what the song is about, I actually appreciate the song more. I don't know if Always is my favorite song, which is totally weird, because I was anticipating Always over Be Brave, and then once I heard Be Brave, I enjoyed the hell out of that song, and this one isn't doing it for me. It is, I mean, I enjoy it, but it's not my favorite. I do love that chorus, though. The chorus is what I really enjoy about the song. So, anyways, that's, Always. So, actually, let's play Always. I almost skipped Always and went straight into Cloud 9. No. Here's number 8 with Always.
When the road is long and your strength is gone, Remember, I am just a prayer away. When the way is hard and you are faint of heart, remember, I am just a prayer away. Hold fast, I'll guide you through the night. And fear not, for I am by your side. Listen through the rain, and you can hear the angels say, help is on the way. The moment you begin to pray, when the thunders roar, you don't need to be afraid. I'll lead you through the storm. So please remember when I say, I'm with you always. When you are worn out and you are let down, remember, I am just a prayer away. When every door is locked and you feel so lost, remember, I am just a prayer away. Hold fast, I'll guide you through the night. And fear not, for I am by your side. Listen through the rain, and you can hear the angels say, help is on the way. The moment you begin to pray, when the thunders roar, you don't need to be afraid. I'll lead you through the storm. So please remember when I say, I'm with you always. Come and walk with me, yeah. Come and talk with me, yeah. Soar on eagle's wings, run and not be afraid. Listen through the rain, and you can hear the angels say, help is on the way. The moment you begin to pray, when the thunders roar, you don't need to be afraid. I'll lead you through the storm. So please remember when I say, I'm with you always. I'm with you always.
Alright, that was Owl City with Always, a part of our Owl City cinematic review. This episode I know is going to be long, especially because we're playing tracks from the album, but there's so much I want to talk about, and I have to play these songs. But of course we're not playing songs that we have already heard. We're only playing, unless they're alternate versions, we're only playing the original. We're only playing songs that we have not heard before. So number 9 is Cloud 9, another song that was one of the pre-release tracks from the album. It was on Reel 3, and I really enjoyed Cloud 9. Cloud 9, I remember when I first heard the song, the synth solo, it was just a gem, man. It was just like, I really enjoyed it. Like, the synth solo that was probably my favorite synth solo I'd heard from the album. Now I'm not too sure, because we've heard a couple other tracks from the album, and yeah. But I think, I don't know, Cloud 9 was really something I enjoyed. I like the 3 key changes, of course. And the last one, I got used to it, but I still wasn't sure how I feel about it when I had heard the last high part. So this song, Adam had explained, was about Adam, basically a song to lift you up. So there really wasn't much of a story behind the song. It's just Adam wanted to write a song to lift people up. You know, when you're in a bad mood, turn this song on and it will turn your frown upside down, basically. And yeah, so, but I really enjoyed the synth line. It kind of reminded me of a handful of Owl City songs, including his cover of the theme song for the Nintendo 64 game Wave Race. And I enjoyed Cloud 9 for sure. So yeah, going back to Lucid Dream for a second, the 2 songs ago that we did, I forgot to mention what that song was about. Adam had said that song was basically about this dream he had. He woke up from a dream. He wrote it in a dream journal, and this specific dream, he just, I think he said it took place completely at night, or something like that. I don't remember. But he said it was something that he had to write down in his dream journal, and the dream ended up becoming lyrics to the song. So I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, well, let's get to the next song, Winners Never Quit. I just realized at the beginning of the episode, I completely forgot to mention it, and I did mention it in the last review, but I'm going to edit this episode, so there'll be a disclaimer at the beginning of the episode. Let's just put that out there. This is a spoiler review, so listen to Cinematic before you listen to this review, because of course there's going to be lyric spoilers maybe. I haven't really spoiled a lyric for any of the songs. Just because I'm still trying to learn the lyrics and I'm too lazy to search them up. I'm going to mention specific instrumentals, or specific instruments in the song, just what I think about the song in general. So there's small spoilers, so if you don't really want to be spoiled, of course don't listen. I'll put the disclaimer at the end, at the beginning of the episode, because right now we're on the 10th track, so it's kind of too little, too late. So, Winners Never Quit. Oh my freaking god, the intro of that track. Oh my god, I love it. Adam adds some chiptune to this song, and some 8-bit video game sounds at the beginning of it. And the synth line in that is great. I had high expectations for this track. Again, I just feel like I'm hearing the chorus over and over again, and that's my fault, because I had listened to the previews 8 months ahead of time when they technically weren't supposed to be released. I'm looking at you, Google Play. But overall, I enjoy this song though. I don't hate this song. I feel like I'll listen to it a lot. Mainly right now, I think it's because it's a brand new song, and I'm trying to learn all the new songs. But I don't know. There's something about this one I do enjoy, and I like the message that this song portrays. I don't know if Adam talked about the song in this interview or not. Well, the only thing that it mentions about Winners Never Quit in this interview is Adam remembers reading a book in elementary school called The Tortoise and the Hare, and he said the story is basically the meaning of the song, "Slow and steady wins the race." That can be applied to so many different areas in our lives, and he felt a little more universal as a song on this album that is so personal. So I don't know what that means. Oh, there's more. Okay. Adam says, there have been a lot of moments of feeling pressure, not necessarily from other folks or a record label or management, but it's more self-imposed pressure of seeing himself through other people's eyes and how he wanted to appear to other people, especially on social media. He says it becomes this endless pit that's hard to climb out of. You start teetering on the edge of living life the way you want other people to see you. And he said he definitely have had his fair share of self-esteem issues. So I don't know, there might be more of him talking about the song in his behind the song videos. I'm surprised those aren't out yet. I keep checking the website frequently, and it's just every time I go on there, it's completely like all these other songs are blanked out, so you know, I don't know why, so, but whatever. As I said, I'll talk about those when they do become available, so. Anyways, yeah, other than that, oh shoot, I just exited out of the track listing. I still have a hard time remembering the track listing off by heart. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say about this song, other than I do enjoy it. So let's continue with Winners Never Quit.
I've had some bummer days, but I ain't looking back. I've made a few mistakes, but I'm on the right track. I got somewhere to be, gotta hurry so I'll make my date with destiny, 'cause I don't wanna be late. Here we go. Time, 'cause I find the fable had it right. Slow and steady wins the race. And I might lag behind, but I swear I'll cross the finish line, moving at a steady pace. I'll give it all I got. I don't have a lot, but I know a little goes a long way. It's hard to face, but I can take a hit. I've lost in many ways, but a winner don't quit. My head is in the game, and the move is mine to make. But I am not afraid, 'cause I'll fight the good fight. I got somewhere to be, gotta hurry so I'll make my date with destiny, 'cause I don't wanna be late. Here we go. I find the fable had it right. Slow and steady wins the race. And I might lag behind, but I swear I'll cross the finish line, moving at a steady pace. I'll give it all I got. I don't have a lot, but I know a little goes wrong. I'll give it all I got. I don't have a lot, but I know a little goes a long way. I got somewhere to be, Gotta hurry, so I'll make my day with destiny, 'cause I don't wanna be late.
Owl City, Winners Never Quit. A song that I enjoy. There's not really much else to say. Madeline Island at number 11. This one was interesting. I really enjoyed the outro, the ending. The ending was pretty nice. It kind of relaxes down a bit and has something that kind of reminds me of something from Scores, his score project. And it also has like these camping sound effects. And this song has to do about camping. And what does it say that this song was about? It's mentioned in this Pop Dust interview. Oh. So, Adam said, in the summer of 2013, his folks and their little Yorkshire Terrier dog named Max, and Adam, of course, went on a vacation. He said that they hadn't traveled anywhere together, just the four of them, for a lot of years, because his schedule was always so busy. He hadn't seen his parents for a couple of years, and that spring he said that, they'd pause everything and go on a family vacation just like they used to do when he was 10. So they opened a map and picked a spot that they thought would be fun to visit, and Madeline Island is an archipelago. I don't know if that's a right pronunciation of that, but it's an island in Lake Superior, and it's off the coast of Wisconsin. It's a quiet, beautiful place to relax. He said that the four of them went there, and it was pretty uneventful. He said that was the whole point. He said it was so good to reconnect with his parents and to realize that he has an amazing relationship with them. Not everyone can say that, and he said it made him feel so blessed and grateful when he was looking back. He wanted to honor his parents by telling the story of them going camping and enjoying nature. So it's funny because when I had listened to the preview and I had just heard the word campsite, and looking at the album art actually, I think it's even in the album art a picture of camping maybe. Well, that's a frickin' small picture. I can't really see that. Here's a bigger picture. View image, because even though it's bigger, I can't see it properly. Open image in new tab. Okay. So, yeah, there's camping areas in the album art, and oh, his mother is so beautiful. Sorry, I never really knew a picture of what his mother looks like, so it's just interesting finally seeing some pictures of his mother. Anyways, going off topic, but yeah, that that was a pretty good track. I enjoyed it, and he even mentions the dog's name in the song, which was pretty cool. So yeah, that's Madeline Island. I don't really know what else to say about it, really, except I enjoy it. It's I really enjoy the production, and it's just amazing. So here's Madeline Island.
We bought a tent and some sleeping bags, and we jumped in the truck. Northbound on I-35, before the sun came up. We stopped for lunch in Canal Park, passing through Duluth. Rolled into Bayfield, Wisconsin, and there she was. Madeline Island. We left our cares on the mainland, boarded a ferry boat. We saw La Point for the first time, and we felt right at home. Drove out to Big Bay State Park, picked out our campsite. We settled in underneath the stars, and there we were, out there in the Great Lake Superior, right across the bay. We sat back, put our feet up, and there we were, half a world away, where the waves turn the cliffs into sea caves with every passing day. It was all over, but there we were on Madeline Island. Madeline Island. We left our shadows on the lake shore. We soaked up all the sights, about drowned in a downpour. Looked for the northern lights. We shot the breeze under pine trees and sat around the fire. We hit the hay beneath the Milky Way, and there we were, out there in the Great Lake Superior, right across the bay. We sat back, put our feet up, and there we were, half a world away, where the waves turn the cliffs into sea caves with every passing day. It was all over, but there we were on Madeline Island. Out there in the Great Lake Superior, right across the bay. We sat back, put our feet up, and there we were, half a world away, where the waves turn the cliffs into sea caves with every passing day. It was all over, but there we were on Madeline Island. Madeline Island. There we were on Madeline Island. We made a memory that will always last. When we went on that trip, just the three and I.
Alright, that was Owl City with Madeline Island. Alright, let's get to number 12. Yeah, number 12. Be Brave, which is a song that Adam had written about his meeting his girlfriend for the first time. He went out to the movie theaters and just on a whim, he ran into this girl and met her, and they went on their first date together at a coffee shop. And their first date ended up being 8 hours at a coffee shop, and I just, when I had first heard the story of the song, I thought 8 hours on a first date. They must really connect if they're spending 8 hours on a date together. So I'm really happy for Adam. He's finally found somebody who makes his life happy, and I've seen some stuff about Adam's girlfriend. Speaking of Adam's girlfriend, this had just came into my head. Oh my gosh. So I was on Instagram today, and she Adam's girlfriend Abby and her friend Katie were making these videos talking about songs off of the album Cinematic. But they only were talking about Real One, which was Fiji Water, The 5th of July, and All My Friends. They haven't talked about any of the other songs off the album. Well, apparently there's a video coming out tomorrow that they're going to be doing, talking about Cinematic. So maybe it's talking about the rest of the album. So their YouTube channel is called 11 and 12. That's their YouTube channel. It's their favorite numbers, I guess, is the story behind the YouTube name. I mean, you can go check it out. I'm not sure if there's other YouTube channels with that same name, but it's the number 11, not the word. It's like you actually type in the number. So, just and it's not the word and either. It's the symbol and. Just letting you guys know if you guys want to watch that. But I guess by the time you're listening to this, though, it would already be out, the video. So I'll put that in the description. How about that? So Be Brave is just an amazing song. You guys remember how freaking I was like obsessing with this song when it first came out. As you guys know, in my last review, I said, "Oh, this is my least." Like, I was expecting this song the least. It was one that I wasn't really caring about. And then when I listened to the song for the first time, I was absolutely freaking blown away. Like, the song was like, started off as a ballad, and I enjoyed it from just the piano part, but it wasn't something that was keeping me on the loop. And all of a sudden these heavy guitars come in, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, where the heck did these come from? So, I really enjoy it. It's an amazing song. So, that's Be Brave. I just enjoy it. With the heavy guitars and everything. So, yeah. New York City is number 13, the next track, and, I talked to you guys that this was my most anticipated track from the album ever since we had heard the teaser in Adam's Instagram post a couple weeks before he announced the album. He posted a small instrumental of this track. He uploaded a video of him playing Mario Kart on the old Nintendo 64. I think it was the Nintendo 64. I don't know, the graphics look old, but I knew it was Mario Kart. So he's playing Mario Kart, and in the background is the instrumental to the song, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that instrumental. Then the announcement video comes out, and again, the instrumental is in that as well. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to hear this song. Well, flash forward to 2 months ago when the song came out as the last single and a part of Reel 3 from the album. I was not disappointed. I've noticed now that it's not my favorite song on the album anymore, but it's one that I've been jamming out to a lot, and New York City it did not disappoint me one bit. I really enjoyed the synth line, but synth solo, and again, my favorite line is feet up on the dashboard, we're driving with the windows down, did you forget your phone cord? We'll buy one in the next small town. Reason that's my favorite line is, did you forget your phone cord line reminds me so much of when I forgot my charging cord to my iPod at that time, and I bought one while I was down there and lost it 5 minutes later. So every time it gets that line, it just reminds me of that. And I also went to New York City too, so it totally... I think I just mentioned that already. I don't know. But anyways, New York City, great track. Alright, 2 more songs left to go. 14 is Firebird. This song, I don't think Adam had talked about what the song was about. But it sounds basically like a song about friendship, but it also has to do with not only his friendship with this guy who I'm named Billy, it also has to do with about his Firebird, I guess. I don't know. The song's called Firebird, and the verses kind of don't match up with the chorus. The bridge might match up with the chorus a little bit. I don't know. But I do enjoy the song. I like the sound of it too. And the alternate version sounds great too, relaxing. there is also a girl's voice singing in the song. Some people were thinking it was Brianne Duran. I didn't hear Brianne. I thought it was Adam's girlfriend, because I know she's well known to sing in a couple of Adam's songs. Most of the time it's background vocals, but I mean, she sang in a couple of songs, so I thought that was her. Now I did hear another guy's voice in the alternate version of of Firebird, and some people are saying that's Austin Tofty, who Adam was well known to work with in his earlier day. I think Austin Tofty has provided a couple background vocals on Ocean Eyes, maybe. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know who they are. Again, if it is Brianne Duran on the alternate version, who, at least as far as the girl voice goes, okay. But I thought it was Abby. It didn't sound like Brianne to me, but maybe it is. And if that's the case, then I'm glad we have Brianne on another track. But if it's not, it's like not. So, yeah, it's a really great track. And there's some also audio clips in the alternate version of Firebird as well. I'm not sure if it's from his friend or it kind of sounds like a clip from a movie, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Adam, hopefully we'll find more and more about each of these songs in Adam's Q&A and AMA on subreddit. But of course, by the time you're listening to this review, the Twitter Q&A, chances are that has probably happened. Not too sure about the Reddit AMA. That depends on when I get this episode out to you guys. But hopefully we'll hear more about not only the songs on the album that are brand new, air quotes here, like songs we haven't heard yet, including some secrets about the alternate versions as well. Alright, let's get to the song Firebird.
We used to talk all night and not say a word. When I would hop into your red Firebird, and man alive, we would drive just to drive around town. 'Cause in your car, we understood and figured out that everything changes. Everything changes. Tell me why I look back and I wanna cry. Sometimes I feel like we grew up too fast. You and I had the time of our younger lives. Sometimes I sigh and think about the past, but it's alright, 'cause everything changes. Basement full of boys building homemade bombs. AJ cut his finger and said, go get your mom. I saw it all through the windshield of my white truck, Troy. Lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of growing up. 'Cause everything changes. Everything changes. Tell me why I look back and I wanna cry. Sometimes I feel like we grew up too fast. You and I had the time of our younger lives. Sometimes I sigh and think about the past, but it's alright, 'cause everything changes. Hey Billy, remember when it was just us, pretending we were Nash and Coral on the school bus? I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause everything changes. Life is different now, and that's okay with me. I moved away and you started a family. But deep inside, you and I are still the same kids. 'Cause you're my brother, and that won't ever change, even though everything changes. Tell me why I look back and I wanna cry. Sometimes I feel like we grew up too fast. You and I had the time of our younger lives. Sometimes I sigh and think about the past, but it's alright, yeah, it's alright. There's a new guest room in my parents' home. The carpet got replaced a couple years ago, because it isn't my bedroom anymore. There's new photographs on the freezer door, but it's alright, 'cause everything changes. Everything changes. We should talk all night and not say a word. Let me hop into your red Firebird again.
Alright, last track is Cinematic, and I just gotta say, I think it's my favorite song off of the album. I was grinning ear to ear when I had first heard this song, and not only that, but I was most excited for it. The synth, I really enjoyed the synth line, and I enjoyed the intro when Adam previewed it on Instagram. The intro I enjoy as well, and so Adam says in this interview, for Cinematic, the song Cinematic, Adam said the song came at the 11th hour of the songwriting process, and he knew that he wanted a song at the very end of the album to sum up the tracks that had came before. And that said to the listener, you just witnessed a few scenes from my life that I love, just a few stories I never want to forget. So what does that mean to you? What are your movie magic moments from your life? And he said it was a summary track, really, which, it's funny that he says that, because when I did my predictions, in my predictions episode, I had said that I feel like this song is a filler track. And it sounds like a filler track, but it's a filler track that I enjoy the hell out of. Now there's a few lyrics in here that is absolutely amazing, and those of you who well, whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, you will probably get this. I like the fact Adam added some Star Wars references in the song, and I think it's so awesome. And this is, I think, probably why I really enjoy the album, or this song. It's just, you got Star Wars references, and then you also got an amazing production to go with it. It's absolutely one that I just cannot stop. I've only listened to it once, unfortunately, but it's one that I've enjoyed the heck out of, for sure. So, the lyrics won't pop up. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so the intro here, that's interesting. So, the intro says "Go play." There's a part that Adam sings, and I didn't know what he said, and it turns out it says "Go play." In a galaxy far, far away. Really, only that one line I thought of Star Wars. So there's that, and then where is it? In the bridge. May the Force be with you. So, yeah. There's only 2 Star Wars references, but I just That makes the song so much better to me, really. It's interesting. I really enjoyed it, so I can't stop thinking about that part every time I hear the song. So Cinematic, you add a great synth solo that Adam previewed in his Instagram, and then of course with Star Wars references, 10 times better. Awesome. So Cinematic, the song Cinematic is probably my favorite song of this whole record. I really enjoyed the other songs as well, but I mean, Cinematic is pretty great. Alright, well, let's play the last track now. This is called Cinematic.
Your life is a matinee in a galaxy far, far away. And your debut, it's a sold-out show. Yeah, it's a blockbuster movie, and you play the lead role. And right out of the opening scenes, the whole crowd's on the edge of their seats. Your worst critics are sitting up front, and they're giving you two thumbs way, way up. You'll be in a league of your own. You'll be stealing their hearts, taking Oscars home. Go get 'em and give it some passion. Quiet on the set, lights, camera, action. With all your heart and soul, dream big, and you can feel the magic. Let the camera roll. Whoa, your charm is automatic. Make your cameo. Be yourself and don't be so dramatic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Plot twist, it's a trilogy. 'Cause your life is a thriller, we're dying to see. Your debut, it's a sold-out show. Yeah, it's an epic adventure, and you play the hero. And right out of the opening scenes, the whole crowd's on the edge of their seats. Your worst critics are sitting up front, and they're giving you two thumbs way, way up. You'll be in a league of your own. You'll be stealing their hearts, taking Oscars home. Go get 'em and give it some passion. Quiet on the set, lights, camera, action. With all your heart and soul, dream big, and you can feel the magic. Let the camera roll. Whoa, your charm is automatic. Make your cameo. Be yourself and don't be so dramatic. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. Get a top hat and a rabbit. Work the crowd and make your magic. Turn the lights down low. Your dreams will come true. May the force be with you. Knock 'em dead. Go and steal the show. Whoa, 'cause life is cinematic. 'Cause your life is a movie. Follow your dreams, 'cause your life is a movie. Go get 'em and give it your all. Follow your dreams, 'cause life is cinematic.
Alright, that was Owl City with Cinematic. The last song off the album. So I do want to talk about the what Adam had to say about the alternate versions for a quick second, and then I think we're just going to end the episode because I don't really have much to say. The question was, you have 3 alternative versions of songs at the end, All My Friends, Montana, and Firebird. Were these versions that arose through the process or things you wanted to experiment with afterwards? Adam said these 3 alternate versions were very much side directions. He says while he was writing the main versions, there were a few moments along the way where he was tempted to go in the direction that appears as these alternate versions. Rather than decided against just picking one, he thought maybe if he put these on the back burner for a second, he'll finish the main versions and maybe come back and mess with these alternate versions. They're almost like bonus tracks for the listener to hear the different approach and get insight into his process and how sometimes when you're working on a song, there are times it can go into so many different directions. It can be a puzzle. He wanted to leave that door open. So, yeah. Oh, this is interesting. So, here's a question. What would you want the listener to learn the most about you from this album? Adam says he would probably want them to learn that his radar is always up. He's always up for trying something new in his music. Writing these deeply personal songs allows him to utilize a new skill. Maybe someday he might dive back into this world of nostalgia again on a new album. It might be even easier than this one. He says he has it all under his belt now, and he hopes people listen to this album and feel it's the same guy from way back on MySpace when he was uploading his music on MySpace who hasn't been corrupted by the industry. So I think he's trying to keep reminding people like, hey, it was not the label company who decided for me to force my style of music, despite the fact that he's not on his record label anymore. So, but other than that, I really enjoyed Cinematic. I do think it is the best album since All Things Bright and Beautiful, but I don't think it lives up to Ocean Eyes. I really enjoyed the heck out of Ocean Eyes, and I think it's the best album since All Things Bright and Beautiful, but I have to say that Ocean Eyes is probably the better album as far as Owl City goes. I don't know. That's what I think. So thank you guys so much for listening, and of course when there's more updates, I'll be sure to talk about them, and yeah, so that's my Cinematic review. Thank you guys so much for listening to this, and we'll see you next time, whenever that may be. So thank you guys so much for listening. Thanks for listening to Cinematic, an Adam Young podcast. All songs in this episode belongs to Adam Young of Owl City. I do not own anything. Please follow me on my Twitter at OceanEyed55. Thanks for listening, and be sure to tune in next time for our next episode.